I have some very important information regarding the IRS. So if you are a US citizen, you're definitely going to want to hear this. But first, let's go over to this tweet from Dan Held. He says Bitcoin holders around the world are 100 million, right? So the 100 million people own Bitcoin. I'm going to disagree with that because I think that there are many people that have multiple wallets, as you probably have. So it's going to be very hard to tell actually how many Bitcoin holders there are out there. That's not very many compared to the rest of the world. Keep in mind that 93% of Bitcoin have already been mined. That means you have 7% left, right? So you have pretty much the entire world's population going to be fighting over 7% of the unmined Bitcoin out there. Yeah, there's going to be the occasional person that sells, but keep in mind that MicroStrategies, they just bought 155 more Bitcoin for a total of $5.3 million. They are taking Bitcoin off the exchanges, off to where you're not going to be able to buy these, right? And so now he has 158,400 Bitcoin. That's a ton, right? So keep in mind, you also are going to have, with this Bitcoin spot ETF, you're going to have Franklin Templeton, Fidelity, you're going to have BlackRock and all their buddies and family offices and on and on and on wanting to compete to buy this little piece of the pie of Bitcoin, because I'm not selling mine. Many of you are not going to sell yours, and neither are these people going to sell theirs. So, wow, talk about a truly inelastic asset. This is the first time we've ever had an inelastic asset in the history of the world. Inelastic meaning inelastic supply. In other words, for instance, gold isn't inelastic. Silver isn't inelastic, because if gold or silver price decided to skyrocket, triple, quadruple, or whatever, people are going to go out and mine tons and tons of gold and silver, and then they're going to make ways to get even more gold and silver out of the ground. Whereas Bitcoin, set 21 million. That's pretty awesome. Talking about some good news here, we have St. Galler in Swiss, which is a Swiss bank. They are going to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum custody services. Now, the interesting thing is that they're offering Ethereum as well, because I see, and I've been saying this, I'm on record for saying this, that I think after the Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved, I think that the spot Ethereum ETF is going to be approved as well. And that's going to take a ton of coins off the exchanges and off the market, which is going to be even crazy bullish, because there are still a ton of people trying to stake their Ethereum. And the more the bull market happens, the more that people are going to stake their coins, which is going to take even more supply off. Wow. This is why, if you're a part of our learningcrypto.com, if you're a member, you will understand that we have a major position in Ethereum, our bigger position in Bitcoin, a major position in Ethereum, and a lot of great microcaps, which have been skyrocketing lately. Actually, many of them hit all-time highs. Once again, I know I'm a broken record, but they keep hitting all-time highs. Now, we have the Wall Street Journal. These guys I don't like the Wall Street Journal. They said this in an article: to save money, maybe you should skip breakfast. So what is this telling you, right? Wall Street owns the Wall Street Journal, okay? These people are just sharks, right, that write this stuff. They're getting you used to the fact that inflation isn't going anywhere. Central banks are printing more record amounts of currency. I know I say this like every single time. Heidi is like, you already said that again and again. I'm like, I know, but they keep printing currency, right? Well, this is just getting people used to the fact that they're going to be poor. And the fact is that they don't give you an opt-out, right? They just pretty much say, save your money, put it into fiat, which is diminishing in value because they're printing more currency. It's a vicious cycle, guys. This is disgusting. I wish schools, like public schools, would at least teach people a little bit about currency, but they're never going to do that. Anyways, lastly, we have the IRS cracking down with Kraken. So here's the article. Bitcoin and crypto exchange Kraken set to share user details with the IRS by November, with a court order to share data on tens of thousands of its users with the Internal Revenue Service. It goes on to say, the company is set to disclose information regarding cryptocurrency transactions surpassing $20,000 made by its customers between 2016 and 2020. Now, to not throw Kraken under the bus, they've actually tried to fight this. Kraken actively tried to fight this from happening, and now they're just, they're getting pretty much overwhelmed because who's taken over the space. Wall Street is essentially taking over the centralized aspect of cryptocurrencies in the United States and the Western world. And they're just putting pressure on Kraken, which is unfortunate, but that is what is happening. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.